Hey guys, this is Johnny Berba. Welcome to another video on the streets of London. In today's video, what I'm going to be talking about in full depth is how to attract women out of state. But what I'm going to explain is first, is why it's so beneficial, and I said that word again, beneficial, if you're a beginner, to learn how to get into state by social momentum or by ritual. Because just like going to the gym as a beginner, you have to start off with, let's say, 10 kilos on your bench press until your body can get more accustomed to more weight and you know your way around the gym. Then you can just walk straight in and start pushing 150 pounds. Well, to be safe, I would advise by your personal trainer, probably warm up anyway. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about the benefits of state as a beginner. Then once you reach a certain level, you no longer need to rely on the ritual of state, and then you are what's called always in state. So just like me now, just coming out of my house in the morning, I'm always in state. That doesn't mean I get days where I don't ever feel a little bit negative, because that would be lying. Of course I do, I'm human. But when it comes to approaching women, this is my craft. I've been doing this for almost a decade, so I've got no excuses. I can still approach out of state. But I've had some feedback, some emails, which I really love, so I thought it'd be good to get out today and show you by demonstration, because obviously actions speak louder than words. So if I just start off explaining what state is, because state is such a broad area, it can mean one thing to another. State basically means preparing yourself for social interaction in small incremental steps. So obviously you've seen the videos I've done on YouTube. I've done several videos. Some of them are more intermediate, some of them are more advanced. Now if you're an advanced guy, been going out doing this, maybe you've got laid a couple of times, maybe you've been on a few dates, maybe you know your way around talking to girls, you may think, oh, I don't need that, and that's fine, because as I said, it's not about me trying to please everyone, it's about me putting stuff out and helping people that really appreciate what I do, and it's going to help them. So I personally love state. Now, I'm very advanced. I don't need to be in state. Like, if I see an attractive girl now, I can just go straight up to her and start talking to her. Now, I'm going to explain why I can do that and why a newbie can't. I've developed a strong psychology. I've got a lot of reference experience with women. So if I get rejected, it wouldn't affect my state. You see that? It wouldn't affect my emotional or psychology. But a beginner going out, I completely disagree if anyone says that you don't need state. I disagree with that. I've been mentoring guys, changing their lives for the last 2 years, and I've seen every beginner needs a foundation. Now that doesn't mean a structure, because I don't agree with blueprints and structures. I agree with a natural, authentic, honest approach. But what I mean is, a beginner needs to get himself, just get into a positive place. So without getting too deep about it or spiritual, because I do like to get spiritual sometimes, but it's not for everyone. Just, to sum it up in easy words, getting into state is just getting in the mood. So I've said it before, a tennis player, a snooker player, a boxer, an MMA fighter, an athlete, a bodybuilder, they've all got their own ritual. But what happens over time is your ritual will change. So my version of getting into state might be going up and picking up a girl, and in polite terms, it might be getting laid in a week. It might be actually going out and getting laid. That might put me in state for 6 months. Especially the woman I'm with now, she's amazing. So that could put me in a good mood for 6 months. But it could be transforming someone's life, working with someone one-on-one, seeing them do well, or just seeing them get their confidence up. That will put me in a great state. So it's one of those things, I feel, you can't really get out of it. So you can't say state don't matter, because it does matter. If it didn't matter, then we could all just go out in a bad mood and we would just get results. And we know that's not true, and that's not true because there's proof in the real world. Tony Robbins talks about it, so I don't really listen to what other seduction coaches might say. That doesn't mean I'm arrogant, that doesn't mean I'm open to criticism, because I am, but not when things are not true. So this is my take on state and approaching out of state. But again, you can word things certain ways to win arguments or debates, which I'm not trying to argue, I'm just stressing a point. I'm giving you guys the truth, what works consistently. So, like I said, I was working with a student the other week, and he said, Johnny, when I first started, I worked with your 4-step Berba getting into state framework. So asking for directions, giving compliments, going down the street and the mindset smiling, just giving pure value, you know what I'm talking about. So, but when he started working with me, he didn't need that framework no more. He got to a level where he didn't have any approach anxiety. He was going in full conversations. So he could actually just go in cold. So I guess in a sense, he could go in out of state. So that's what I wanted to stress. So I can sort of show you now, I'm down the street. Now, I have an approach today. I've not warmed up, I'm just speaking to the camera. But if I see a nice girl and I want to go in, I can, because of experience, because of reference. Reference means I've been rejected so many times, I'm super confident, I'm not arrogant. So I can just go in, because the unknown has become the known. Yeah, it's like someone who's been in the ring so many times, they're not really afraid of getting hit no more, because they've been hit so many times. But when you're a complete newbie, you're terrified of failure because you've never experienced it. That's why I always say rejection's your best teacher. It's good for you, a certain amount anyway, and then you can sort of work from the feedback, improve. Of course, getting success feels so good, it tastes good, we all want it, and you will get it if you adopt these mindsets I'm giving you. So another thing I'm going to talk about from state. Now, I'm actually going to explain why sometimes approaching out of state is really good. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to contradict what I've been saying. So that might rattle some of you. That might think, you can't do that. I can do it because I'm a human being. Contradiction, everything's contradiction. I'm a walking contradiction. You're a walking contradiction. We all contradict. But the way I look at it is, it's just growing as a man. It's growing as a seducer, if you want. Even though I hate the term pickup artist, even if you want to say becoming a better pickup artist, if you want that and that's going to make you happy, go for it. I just feel that's not the way to go. If you want to get better with women, you're going to start contradicting certain beliefs you uphold, because the better you get, the more you evolve. That's why I say blueprints don't really work, because you can give someone a blueprint, but it's not going to work on everyone. It's not going to be for everyone. It might work occasionally, I'm not disputing that. I definitely like the idea of giving someone a framework just to get them in, just to get them out of the house and just get them to start approaching. But I think it gets to a point where you've got to be yourself. And again, getting into state really aligns with being yourself, being who you are and not what someone else is, or trying to copy someone else, and going up to a girl and just enjoying it and loving it. Because for me, that's what it represents. So, out of state. So for you guys that are more advanced, that are thinking, I don't need this state stuff Johnny's talking about. I don't need to go up and ask directions. Well, that's great, because that means you're in a great place. That means you're up the ladder. But just bear in mind, let me humble you a bit. When you first started, I'm sure it was very difficult to you to go up to someone and give them a compliment, or even to ask directions. I know for me, 8 years ago, I couldn't even ask for directions. When I first got past that book, The Game, I wasn't too impressed with it. But when it said go out and ask for directions, I thought, I can't do that. I can't go up to someone else's direction. They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to think, but that's just how I felt in myself. So getting in state or being out of state, just different mindsets, different ways of thinking. Now, when you're out of state and you can approach girls, you're probably not realizing, but you're actually getting into state anyway. So if you start saying, I don't need to warm up. If I see a girl, I just run over and I say, hey, I like you, I want your number, etc. Well, if you do that 5 or 10 times, I don't care who you are, you're going to get a bump. We're all human, we're very emotional. Even if you're doing this for a decade as I have, or 20 years, the higher you get off talking to an attractive woman, or just going up to a stranger and exchanging words and just getting that chemistry, it does definitely bump you up. So whether you realize it or not, the guys who think they're going out, approaching out of state, you're probably in state. And if you say, I don't need to get into state, well, that means then you are in state, because you don't need to get into state, you're in that place. So I'm really happy for you if you're in that place all the time. But like I said, for the guys that are really struggling, the hard case newbie, which was myself 8 years ago, who doesn't have reference, who doesn't have a friend to push him in, who doesn't have a mentor perhaps, maybe he's young, maybe he's a student, maybe can't afford a mentor, so he's going to be in a bad place. He needs an emotional lift. So the state is almost like his coach, it's almost like his teacher, and it's putting him in, making him feel good. And I don't care if he even feels good for an hour of his life. That 1 hour of happiness is going to make those 23 hours of despair, because despair was what I used to go through when I was struggling with women. It's going to make it a lot more better, and at least that hour of state, that feel-good factor, will make him feel, shit, this is how I want to be, this is where I want to be living my life, these are the type of interactions I want to be having, these are the type of women I want to be dating. That's going to make him sit down and think, hang on a minute, maybe I can change this, maybe I can go out, maybe I can start improving my life. So it won't just be state, it won't just be this thing called day game or night game or street game or pickup or coffee shop game. This will become a way of living, this will become a lifestyle, this will become something that I can be around my family, this will be something I can be around my friends, I can be with my girlfriend. I won't have to hide this thing no more called game and pickup. So that's really what I wanted to nail home to you guys. So let's talk about some of the benefits of using ritual to get into state. The benefits are, it's fun as hell. It's fun as hell. So much fun. The second one is it really gives you a great understanding of the fundamentals. So if you warm up, even if you're already advanced, I say even for coaches who might watch my video, go out and try my state stuff. You might actually find it gets you better results because you've been doing advanced stuff. So when you come back to giving directions, you'll be like, oh, this is so easy, man. But it will remind you of when you was in that place when it wasn't easy, and you'll appreciate the basics of giving eye contact, smiling, going over with a strong voice tonality and just saying, hey, I think you look really good. Have a nice day. Another thing about my ritual of getting into state, it teaches you how to be non-needy. It teaches you how to give value as opposed to taking value. Because what do pickup artists want to do? They always want to get a number. They always need a number because they're insecure. I was insecure as well, and that's not an attack on someone. That's just me giving you the reality and being honest about the place I was in back then and the place where I'm in now, where I'm in a fucking amazing place. I'm always in state. I do get my days where I feel sometimes tired or stressed. That's just me being human. But on the broad picture, broad scale of things, amazing. So I want you to think about in your life now, where are you in state? Where are you in your happiness? Because state is not just about going out and approaching girls. State is how you live your life. State is how are you around your friends? How are you with your family? So what can you do to improve your state before you've actually gone out on the street or in a coffee shop or in a bar to get into state? You could definitely improve your fashion. You could go to your local high street and just walk in and say, can you just give me some fashion tips or just tell me what could work with my body shape? As soon as you've done that, you can improve your being, your state. You could join the local gym. I know memberships now are a lot cheaper than it used to be. You can go down to local fitness first. You could get on a program. You don't have to get a personal trainer. If you want to invest more money, that's great, do that. I'm going to the gym now. I'm already feeling in much better state. I feel so much better. I went to the gym yesterday, I came out and I approached a girl and I felt amazing. I didn't need a phone number. I didn't need it because I just felt good going and talking to her. As a matter of fact, she actually gave me a number, she offered it. So you can get your fashion, you can get your gym right. Then you can actually start wanting to be around people that are more like-minded. So if you've got someone who's negative and you've tried to help them but they just won't budge, you might want to niche them out or have a break from them just to get a different perspective of being around more positive people who are in a better state. Because once you've got your fashion right, once you've got your gym membership, you're getting in shape, I'll start advocating that you start going out for walks. And maybe you want to go straight into try and pick up girls. If that works for you, great, do that. Or maybe you just want to start being sociable. Maybe you want to get a taster. Maybe you just want to see what it feels like. So when I'm working with a student, I always kind of give him a taster, even if he's more advanced. Like I bring him back, I frustrate him a bit. It's a trick I play and it works wonders. I say, I don't want you to get the number. I know you can tease. I want you to show me the most simplistic thing, which is going up and giving a compliment to a girl and saying to her, have a nice day. And if he gets the phone number, I say, what are you doing? I asked you to go and give a compliment, you broke the rules. So that will really help you. So get your fashion right, get down to a gym, like-minded people, and then go out, and then maybe you can start approaching out of state, because you've got other areas in your life handled. So it's really cool, man, and it's really important. So I'm gonna have a nice breather now. I'm gonna let you take that in. You're gonna think about that. You're gonna think about approaching in state ritual, which means improving all areas of your life. And the metaphor is going up, giving compliments. So going up, giving compliments is tied in with going to the gym, joining the gym. And guess what you do when you join the gym? Because people ask me all the time, Johnny, how do I approach girls in the gym? Give people compliments. Hey man, you're in fantastic shape. How long did it take you to get to that place? I'm working towards my own goals. I'd like some inspiration. I don't think there's a person in the world that wouldn't appreciate that in the gym, especially a gorgeous woman. She's going to like that. So getting into state for me, on technical terms, on the pickup terms, is about going out and giving people compliments, giving value. Then you feel good because you give, then you get like reference in your mind, in your brain, that I can actually now start taking it further. Once you take it further, you get phone numbers, you get more experience. You no longer become the number collector, which is what most people do when they first start. You start going on dates, then you start transferring all what you've learned in the field, and you almost drag that into your dates, and then you find congruency, which I've spoken about in my other documentary on being yourself and debunking pickup artist routines. So you get more into state, then you don't need to be in state. You are permanently in state, so I guess the stressor point, yes, you can approach out of state. I've contradicted my state's beliefs, and I've explained to you how it works. So, join the gym, get your fashion right, go out, learn the state stuff, then you can debunk it. Like Bruce Lee said, don't debunk it until you've tried it. Absorb what's useful, reject what's useful, reject what's not useful, and add essentially what is your own. Like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, guys, because these videos are good. I know they're helping you, and I want to share them around. Like and subscribe. Enjoy the process of being in state, getting in state, mastering the state, and then enjoy the rest of your life out of state. I'll see you soon.